Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is resist others trying to control you. Well, the other people will always be trying to control you and us, right? The powers that be, the people at the top, the people wanting to claw their way to the top. They're always looking for ways to control you and us. And the sooner you realize this, the better. You'll understand it. And this isn't a new phenomenon. What happens now is just another way of them controlling us, right? As older methods no longer work or are extremely, as people resist those other methods, they have to find new methods in order to control us. For example, the military draft was a form of slavery that in the U.S. enough people resisted that it was abandoned, right? Enough people resisted, so that form of slavery was ended, and that's a very good thing, right? But let's say on the bigger scale, this is the only way that the people in charge at the top will do what is right for us, is if we resist. But let's say so that's the first, is recognizing that that's what's happened and that's what's always happened. And all you have to do to understand this is to be a little bit of a student of history to understand that kings, princes, emperors, popes, whoever, dictators, governments of whatever form are always looking to control the masses. And we are part of the masses. No matter what your station in life is, you are part of the mass, right? Unless you're the ones in control, right? So I'm just suggesting you realize it and do what you can to resist. But let's just say, bringing it back to your life, in addition to the powers that be trying to control you, the people who surround you, they like to control you also. It's to their benefit for you to be under their control. And so if you want to have a good life, you have to resist this controlling behavior. And basically, I think it's just human nature that we as humans like to control other humans. And if you can try to at least cut this out of your behavior, right? You avoid trying to control other people. You have to recognize that other people are trying to control you, and then do what you can to resist, to ignore, to work around, and you might have to just walk away from people who are trying to control you too much. Like, for example, my verbally abusive wife, she thought it was her right to control me, and she used the verbal abuse as a method of control, and I didn't like it, right? I didn't like it at all, but I kind of went along with it, and not knowing what to do. But if this sounds like it's similar to your experience, you might want to check out my book, Leave Your Wife and Become a Happier Man, with the 3-step system, available on the ahappierman.com website. There I get into my life story and what I lived through, and then how I dealt with it, how I got out of that horrible marriage I was in. But basically, she was definitely controlling and definitely making my life miserable by the control. And I think we're seeing this in general in the U.S. as the forces in control are using women to control men. I think that's my kind of working hypothesis that women aren't evil enough to treat us this way in general, that the forces in control have manipulated them to try to do this. Now, I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I see it, that most women are very nice and they wouldn't dream of treating men poorly. So why are men being treated so poorly in mass by women without this being the explanation? But anyway, getting back to your life, trying to solve all of society's problems when your life is a mess, it's just not going to happen. You have to control, you have to solve your problems. And if your problem is an overly controlling wife or girlfriend or boss or parent or friend or associate or whoever, you are going to have to deal with this problem decisively, right? A bad wife, a bad girlfriend, a bad spouse, you have to leave them and you have to stay left, and you can't bend to their will over the years afterwards. We see this with your ex-wife kind of controlling things even after you're no longer married, right? Or you have an overly demanding parent even though you're an adult, that they can't seem to just let you live and be. Or maybe you're in an employment situation and your boss is overly demanding and is constantly getting on your case and is constantly using you as a workhorse to do extra work. So all of this just points to an overly controlling person or situation, and you have to resist this. You have to do something about it and get out of that, because it's being controlled by others is a recipe for a miserable life for you. You need to just control your life and not be under the control of others. So give that idea some thought. All for now.